58 seconds to the next group. Pogacar with a little bit of an acceleration there, and for the first time in a while, Pidcock has to have his wits about him. This is Pogacar accelerating, Pogacar moving, Pogacar trying to win the race right now.
Well, this has got a lot more intent than anything he's done over the last 50 kilometres. And Tadej Pogacar seated the entire time. Pidcock, though, glued to the wheel, standing up, wrestling
at
the gap.
Long? Because the gradient goes up, the watts continue to be produced, and this is Pogacar digging deep and finding what he needs. First time in a while there's a gap, and even wounded, even battered and bruised, Tadej Pogacar can ride away. Every bit the world champion. This is stunning.
Adrenaline is pumping again right now.
Well, Pogacar, you could just see right from the bottom, either I'm going to go not a full-out sprint attack, but I am just going to cut off the oxygen to Tom Pidcock's legs, and then to look over the shoulder, and he liked what he saw. Pushes on. This is Pogacar now on the loose. But he's got to build himself, I would say, a little bit of a buffer and make sure he gives himself just room on the downhills. He knows Tom Pidcock's not going to give up the fight.
12 seconds to Tom Pidcock, who's encouraged, who's cheered on. 18 kilometres remain. Pogacar has just made his move. The seconds continue to grow. He had us doubting, he had us wondering, he would have had his fans worried. For now, he's producing a positive answer, though. And it's the same old Tadej Pogacar.
Well, in the space of, what's that, 800 metres or so, 15 seconds the gap.
You can still see him ahead. But in just, what is it, 2 kilometres of this sector? Not even that, actually. It's been a kilometre and a half since it started. He's put almost 20 seconds into Pidcock.
Yeah. As you said, he can still see him. The problem is that Tadej Pogacar has become a very small mini Tadej in the distance.
Well, he can join Cancellara on 3 wins and have a sector named after him. And even battered and bruised, he's got another sector where he can just try and make that difference now. Uphill again, and this is his terrain, isn't it?
Yeah, here he's made the gap on the climb, but here every time he will start climbing again, his speed is already higher, so the time gap with Tom Pidcock is only gonna get bigger, I think.
Well, now we're down to sort of like a time trial matchup, and you know, we know what Tadej Pogacar is capable of when he gets on those sections, the dragging sections where Pidcock doesn't have the benefit of sitting in a slipstream. The gap is just going to continue to slowly open up.
And look at that image. We are so used to seeing it. Perhaps not the one on the bottom left of the picture. Tim Wellens now can see the podium as well. He's made a move. It could be UAE Emirates 1 and 3. Suddenly things are looking up again for the team that's dominated the early part of the season so far.
But something I mentioned that early on when we saw UAE riding is the job of Tim Wellens wasn't going to be for very long before everything kicked off and Pogacar went away. Now he's riding for himself.
Well, we're just about to be joined by our viewers on TNT Sports 1 for the finale of this, joining from the football.